Greetings gamers, welcome to AccessEuphoria, and this is some more lovely, tasty FM20 beta action. And in this one then, we are looking forward into the future world of basically FM, and it's 100 years in the future. As you can see, it went slightly over where I was aiming for, which was about June, May, June. It's in September now, but the year 2119 is the year. We are 100 years from when obviously this game season started. Obviously the season starts in the 2019-20, so around June 2019. We're 100 years in the future. We're going to check out what exactly does FM predict the future could look like. So let's have a little look at the Premier League then. That's where it all starts. And we'll start with the stages and we'll ignore the fact that they've played a few games this year. So in the year, and the season should say, 21-18-19, West Ham were champions. So you can kind of see here, there's a few big names up there. None of the biggies seem to have dropped off. And no little minnows seem to have come up. Which is interesting. Usually when I've done these before, a real minnow comes up and starts achieving something, or at the very least something like a Championship League one comes up and starts bossing things. It looks like kind of West Ham is probably doing that at the minute. We'll have a look at the previous winners. If we just go back to the overview, past winners, you can see West Ham on a nice little dominant spell here. They've won it since the 12-13 season there. We have obviously some of the big names there. Liverpool won it. Tottenham had a real dominant spell here. Aston Villa actually won a few. So I suppose you could say they're probably one of the outsider ones. Watford. Liverpool like to just sort of stick in the odd win here and there, it seems. But Watford got a few. Villa again. Tottenham, Villa, Watford. Another good dominant spell by Tottenham. So Tottenham over this sort of spell here, I definitely would say have been the most dominant team. This looks like 74-75 season. Then got City, Liverpool, kind of sharing the spoils there. Watford involved. Chelsea, I think it's the first time I've seen Chelsea up there. They don't seem to have won very many. 57-58, so it's about 50-odd years since their last win now. Man United as well. I don't think we've seen them much involved up here. I don't think at all. No, they've not won any. So again, Man United, another 50, sort of 60-year barren spell, it looks like. Not won it since the 46-47 campaign. They've been run up a few times though. Man City involved again, Tottenham. Man City, Man United just kind of dominate. And again with the odd little Liverpool. I like a Liverpool just now and again it's like, ooh, we'll win it. And then it's just like a sea of dominance from someone else. And then, ooh, Liverpool again. And up to obviously the current time. So in this one, Liverpool won the league in the first season. So in this season that's playing now, Man City and Man United runners up. Man United then won it a couple of years on the bounce. Liverpool, City. So the big sort of ones you'd imagine involved there. It took a while before I'd say anyone majorly overthrew them, yeah. So Tottenham started winning in 74-75. Up until then, it was... Oh, no, actually, no. Watford won it early, didn't they? I conflict over them. 51 seasons. So it took up to the 51-52 season before anyone that you wouldn't really imagine would win it. I suppose you could say Tottenham maybe 34... But yeah, Liverpool, City, United dominance early on, then bit of Tottenham, then the kind of interesting stuff happens. Watford really come up strong there and have a really good spell. And then Tottenham just annihilate. With Watford, runner-up. Look at that. Tottenham won it and Watford runner-up. Every one of those seasons with Man City and Villa there. That is incredible. You'd be so good as Watford. Like, if you were the manager of over them seasons, you'd be like, God sakes, man. Let us win one. Oh, dear. I'll have to go back and sort of check, see. Yeah, 82 to sort of 76. See how close they was, because if you were losing that by just a few points every time, you would be so gutted about that. So let's have a look then. So here we are. 4 points in that season. And then they won it there, which I don't remember seeing. Where's the dominant? Oh, here's the dominant. Here's the dominant spell. Right, here we go. So, Watford. Ooh, 104 points. That's a really good tally there. They lost no games. Tottenham went undefeated. They did an undefeated season, did Tottenham. That's pretty special, actually. The Gunners don't have it all to themselves now. So that was a big spell there. Another good high-ranking one. Only 2 defeats. Forest and Villa, it looks like. So they weren't super close. That was a lot closer. 99 and 93. They had a 93 points and not winning the league. 91 points and coming third is pretty something. And then they're 5 point. They've been around the 4 or 5 point mark. Again, another decent gap. But Tottenham were absolutely annihilating teams. 100 points have hit a few times. And obviously then they won it there. 2 points ahead of Tottenham. But Tottenham really come into things. You can see Leeds up there. Annoyingly, that's the first thing I clicked on when I loaded this up. That's like the only thing I clicked on. And they are currently in the Championship. So, meh. But never mind. Past winners, you can see people that have been down here. Arsenal. So in the 94-95 season, so not that long ago really in the grand scheme, Arsenal were down there because they won it. Man City were down there a couple of times actually. And again there. Jesus. They've been involved in the wins, so they've had a real fall from grace. They're obviously back up there now because I saw them in the top when I had a quick glance through. Looks like a few years ago, Arsenal, City have been down there at points. Chelsea's been down there. They've won the league there. Newcastle, Arsenal again, Everton. Where's Everton now? Championship, 5th in the Championship. Okay. Newcastle, Everton. Everton seem to have yo-yoed quite a lot. They've been down there quite a lot. West Ham were even relegated at some point, and then they've gone on to have a real spell of dominance up there. So that's quite a massive turnaround for them. Watford even went down. Which I suppose is not surprising. They a lot of times when I've done experiments, I think Watford are the one that does seem to struggle quite a lot. Obviously, they are in the league in real life as well. But good to see that they kind of came back and then annihilated teams because they had a really good spell of winning leagues in Watford. So they obviously bounced back pretty well. Kind of good that Leeds don't manage to do anything, but it is what it is. You can see in the Championship then how it's currently looking. Got a few sort of recognisable Prem teams there. Newcastle, Leeds, Everton, Leicester down there as well. Huddersfield, obviously of recent times. So there's a few obviously big-ish names down there. Now I've not really done the lower leagues, to be honest. I'll be honest with you, I've not loaded these up. Otherwise the game would be running even slower. But no one major I'm seeing down here. Salford got themselves promoted. Obviously went down again. Salford a few times actually got himself promoted. But not seeing any big names down there, so that's interesting. But we'll go back to the Premier League then. Let's have a quick look at the sort of facilities and things like that. Oh, Jesus. 107,000 seater stadium built in 2086. That'll be around the time of their dominance, I'd imagine. Full 5-star reputation. Finances are rich. Named after Johnny Dench. So Johnny Dench. Let's have a little search for Mr. Johnny Dench. See what he did to earn this stadium. So he didn't play for them. Man City, MK Dons and Wrexham. So I'm guessing maybe like Championship? I don't think MK Dons have been in the Premier League. They're in the National League. League 1 down to the National League. So they've fallen away. Okay, so it was a crap player. Utterly rubbish player. Never had an international appearance, but I'm guessing him as a manager then. So Palace, in the Championship, Bournemouth. Where's Bournemouth? Premier League, that's fine. Leaving the Cherries, went to Villa. Then he went to a Tottenham for a 10-year spell, and he won the Community Shield on 7 occasions. Carabao Cup 4 times, FA Cup 5 times, Super Cup 3 times, Champions League 3 times, Premier League 9 times. So 9 out of his 10 seasons, he won the Premier League. Wow. And then he had a brief spell in charge of Watford, who were their rivals, which is pretty cool, managing to win the Champions League and the Premier League. So, like the season he came, he won that, which is kind of awesome. He was actually a really good manager. He was a crap player, utterly crap player, but a really good manager, and he kind of does warrant that stadium naming after him, I think. But wow, 107,000 seater stadium. Watford have an 87,000. West Brom still got the Hawthorns. Good old West Brom. Yeah, they're like, nah. You have all your 100,000 seater stadiums. We'll just stay here. It's fine. 66,000 for the London Stadium. West Ham, 50,000 for Molineux. Arsenal still at the Emirates, 60,000. They've not bothered to upgrade that, but I suppose they have been relegated a few times and not too long ago as well. William McGregor Stadium for Aston Villa. Aston Villa rather, 65,000. Not sure who is William McGregor. What has he done to earn himself a stadium? We can't look at him. We've only got that, which is kind of annoying. See if it just shows us what kind of person he was. He was a chairman. Oh, so I think he must have been a real-life chairman or something like that, maybe. Answer on a postcard on that one. I'm guessing he's a real-life chairman, and they've just used that to name that when they did a new stadium. Bournemouth, 23,885, Steve Fletcher Park. Burnley, 36,000, Harry Potts Stadium. Who's Harry Potts? Not getting this on him. Again, I'm probably maybe a real-life one. I don't know. Answer on the postcard, Burnley fans on that one. Chelsea, 57,000, Stamford Bridge. I like how it's synthetic mix, though. It's grass synthetic now. Which is interesting. Steven Gerrard said 103,000 for Liverpool. So Liverpool have gone big. We obviously know who Steven Gerrard is. Interesting that they've used him in 2092. So he's still obviously like the main folklore. I mean, it's like 100 years ago. Well, even longer, really. 120 years when he was like his prime and stuff in this history. But yeah, so did he ever manage them? Started his career. Fine. Boots age 36. First non-playing role. That's fine. Rangers, Wolves, and Hull, Huddersfield, and that's it. So yeah, they're just purely based off the fact that he's still a playing legend in the history of the club. But he didn't really have a good managerial spell. Never seemed to really actually do anything there, which is interesting. But yeah, 104,000 for them. City got 105,000. Vincent Kompany Stadium. We all know who he is. Manchester United got 95,000. Again, another grass synthetic mix. Which is interesting to see that like synthetics have come into a lot of clubs there. What was there? Sorry, I didn't look up there. 39,000. Brian Clough Arena for Nottingham Forest. 46,000 Peterborough. Here in the Premier League, Hillsborough 48,000, Southampton 37, St Mary's still 45, Bet 365, and we're back to the start. So a few quite large stadiums there, which is interesting. I think we might go to the World. I'm sure you can look at like club list. I'm sure you can look at like stadiums and stuff like that. Yeah, stadium info. So the biggest capacity stadium is Tottenham, City, Liverpool, Barcelona got 99, which I think is the same. Valencia's up there, AC Milan, they're in the 90s, Watford, Lazio, Roma in the 80s, Madrid, Dortmund, Kiev. I don't think anyone's super standing out. Celtic got 60, but I think that's probably realistic for now. Celtic Park, yeah. So, obviously a few of the major players involved in the Premier League, and it looks like a couple others around here. I don't think Valencia's got an 93,000 seat stadium, to be honest, so I'm guessing that's a new one or built 2021. New stadium there. So there's a few increases in stadiums, which is interesting. Let's have a look then. So let's have a look at their biggest wins. What is the biggest win? 21-0 for Sporting CP against them. What about the Premier League? Bayern 16-1 there. Any sort of Premier Leagues? Not Forest 14-1 against Clapton. Oh, it's 1891. 1971. Yeah, it's gonna be any current timed ones. No, there's nothing of current ilk actually. So we'll leave that one. Let's have a look at the most league appearances, perhaps for Rodrigo Ramos. Can't look at him. Thierry Petit. Obviously, a few of these are probably going to be real players and stuff like that, so it's hard to tell. Mostly goals. 97, 52. Trying to see any dates that are like in the future so we can look at and maybe look at them players. But it looks like they're all kind of old ones. Looks like they've not really done much in this current era, so that's interesting. We'll click off that one. So transfers then, all transfers. We'll leave that. We'll go back to the Premier League, and so that's kind of how that was looking there. Let's have a look at the records of the Premier League itself then. So, most times won, 33 for Liverpool. Most points, 104 for Tottenham. We already saw that one. Fewest points, 8. Oh my days, Huddersfield, 8. That's even worse than Derby by a long shot. Oh my God. Most league wins, 33 in that season. Previous leagues win, that was a Derby one, but most defeats, Huddersfield in that season, yep. As you'd imagine. Fewest defeats, that's ages ago, but there's been a few more because Tottenham done undefeated season as well. Most draws, average attendance, highest attendance there, 106,000 for Tottenham. Lowest attendance, yeah, that's fine. Biggest win, yeah, that's not the present day. Most matches won in a row, 25 for Manchester City. Lost in a row is an old one. Without losing, 86 matches Tottenham went without losing. That is incredible. Without winning, 36 for Ipswich. Without conceding, 14 for Man United. Well, it's back in the day, I'm going to say that's can't be right. Man United not conceding. Most team goals, all that kind of stuff. So, any other future ones? So, most assists by a player, Ray Kane for Man City. Kane. We also got most clean sheets, Alfonso Vegas, goalkeeper there, who did that one. Fastest goal, 8 seconds. Shane Long still holds that. Ellis Harrison, Wolves versus Leeds. Youngest goal scorer and oldest goal scorer, 46 years. Wow. Oh, that's back in the day. I'm going to say it. Surprising if that happened now. Okay, so that's kind of how the team's looking there, which is interesting. I think we'll look at the Champions League then. See how the Champions League's been getting on. So, past winners, West Ham winning that one as well at Wembley against Tottenham, of course. But Real Madrid, West Ham, United, Tottenham, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Villa up there, PSG. Watford, obviously, when they had a bit of a spell, looks like they did all right. Tottenham still a lot of the big players you'd expect in terms of, your Madrids, your Barcelonas, PSG, City, Man United, Tottenham, because obviously they've done well. And obviously you've got a few creeping in there later in the years, such as Watford, Villa, and West Ham. So that's interesting. What about the Europa League then? We've got Wolves, Villa, Madrid down there as well. Juventus, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Bournemouth won that, which is pretty cool. Got Monaco, Milan, Stoke, good old Stoke. Celtic 1-1. Watford, Chelsea, Bilbao, Watford, Sevilla, Southampton got up there for a few actually. Southampton had a decent little spell, by the looks of it. Napoli, Arsenal, and up to the real life where Arsenal have won it in the game. Which is interesting. Okay. So we'll have a little look at, I think, that the Golden Boy and things like that. We'll go World Golden Boot. Or Golden Ball rather first. Or Football of the Year. No, we'll go Golden Ball first. So you can see recently it's 42 goals here for Gustavo Otero of West Ham, Spanish player. Ooh, he looks tasty, doesn't he? He's 28 years old, 82 caps, 60 goals for Spain, worth 88 million on £400,000 a week. 17 finish, 17 dribbling, 16 first touch, good heading, good passing, amazing physicals. Just, a sea of 19s there. Composure's great, anticipation's great, off the ball, vision. Wow. That is some player. In his one UEFA Super Cup appearance, he scored 4 goals. Got a 10. Nice. I wonder how much they bought him for. Oh, he's come through their academy. Oh, that's pretty cool. Fair play indeed. We've got Boy Jansen for Liverpool there, 36 goals, Dutch player, and a Madrid player got 25-49. Look at Boy Jansen. Oh, look at this guy, 82 million, another really, really good player. Dutch, 80 goals and 119 caps. He came from Ajax, then up to Juventus, 107 million the spent, but you can't say he's gone wrong because that's some goal return is done there. Boy Jansen, Otero, Etienne from West Ham, so another player at West Ham that's been doing all right, although he's now a director of football, not a great one, so interesting. Career stats, yeah, he was banging them goals in for fun, wasn't he? Brought him in for £111 million. That's some big money being spent. Villa got a player in there, Joachim as well, Tottenham, left attacking player, got 28 goals. Interesting. Look at this guy, though. He got 116 goals, 181. Played at Bayern Munich before, banging goals in. Lots of big clubs. That is very interesting indeed. Tottenham, Liverpool. Oh, so let's have a look. This is their big dominant spell for Tottenham. Jimmy Beck was the main man by the looks of it. Got 410 goals in 684 appearances. Came from Wolves, an English player. 123 goals in 136 international appearances, which is pretty cool. He was even a manager and retired at 51 as well. But yeah, what a good return that was. But he was a guy who clearly was leading the line for them when they were doing well. Although I suppose so was this guy, actually. He got 46 goals. He actually got more goals, but he got loads of assists. He got 35 goals, 23 assists. But this guy was absolutely smashing in the goals as well. Career stats, you can see that he was another English player, came from Chef Wed for 53 million. And then it was quite consistent with his goals there. Quite consistent. So I'm guessing it was like an all comps thing. Them goals. Where is it? Let's see, it was like 50. This one like 46 goals, so it must have been 2082. Don't know. Can't see that one, but never mind. Matteo at Liverpool, 43 goals there. Let's go right back then and see what it kind of starts off like. So 2019 then, let's have a look. So Lionel Messi, as you'd imagine. So what happened to good old Messi? So he obviously stuck his career at Barcelona, didn't leave to go anywhere else. He didn't become a manager, he obviously just retired at that. Ronaldo, he didn't become a manager either, but he stuck with Juventus as well. So he didn't go. 153 goals, 192 for Juventus is pretty good return. But yeah, in that season you also had Firmino and Ronaldo, then you had Lewandowski and Lacazette, Mbappe and Harry Kane up there. Harry Kane, what happened to him? Again, didn't become a manager or anything. He went to play for Manchester City from 2021 to 2031, getting 97 in 270, which isn't an amazing return, but I suppose he'll probably about, 28 maybe when he went or something, so in his latter years, but interesting. Madrid got one there. Ronaldo, Mbappe, Harry Kane got a few more. So he also had some decent seasons at Kane. I'm guessing maybe his latter stages he was pretty poor. Maybe his last few years, maybe just became a bit part sub player. Timon Reeb, I think this is our first region player we've seen come through at Man United here. He played and did quite well for United, then played at Southampton and a few others. It's interesting. Any more? Sebastian Esposito hasn't got a face, which is always interesting. Looks like he was at Inter Milan, went to Manchester City, then Madrid and Barcelona. So I'll see. Maybe one to look out, this guy. Sebastian Esposito, not a player I've heard of, but he's got no face. So I'm guessing he's a youngster in the game. Same for this guy, Hannibal. Little Hannibal. He must be at Monaco right now. Although, actually, no, he's at Man United, I think. 2019. He's either at Monaco and just immediately joined them, or I think he's actually just gone to Man United. Probably like a youngster in their academy. He came quite good there. Got loads of regions here. That Reeb guy, Francisco Madeira for Manchester City. And then obviously I think the regions kind of take over and it's bossed then. But you can see quite a lot of decent players there. Footballer of the year then. We'll go World Team of the Year then. Let's start with the first season. All the way back here. Season here. Let's have a look then. So, World Team of the Year involves Edison, Bonucci, Caviar, Piqué, Verratti, Silva, Messi, Suarez, Ronaldo, Firmino. A little through. See what we've got here. So, Felix, Azpilicueta, Van Dijk, De Bruyne, Harry Kane, Savic, Neuer, Mane. Harry Kane as an AMC is interesting. I wonder if maybe that's where Man City went wrong with his goal scoring. He was an AMC. It's random, unless that's just where they fitted him in, because the Team of the Year needs to get him in, something like that. Van der Beek at Tottenham there. Havertz, Esposito, Torreira, Laporte, Kane. So Man City obviously did some spending, got a few players in here. Haaland, PSG. Laporte, Savic, Reeb. Laporte, Havertz, Oviedo. Brian, Oviedo, Regen did all right for them. Beck. So yeah, now I think we're now getting to that point. Is it? No, it's all seasons. So I just clicked all the way forward. But never mind, we'll do all seasons, it's fine. See, was any real players making to the all season one? No, they don't. Cummins, no. Gonçalves. I'm just clicking on the ones that I don't recognise, see if any of them are real players. No, I think they're all going to be regens, to be fair. And they are indeed. It's interesting. There's some really good players in there. I mean, Jesus Christ. 36-year-old, 190 caps, French goalkeeper, 24 one-on-ones. I imagine he's hard to beat. Even at 36, I imagine he's hard to beat, that guy. Wow, well, that's an interesting look forward into the future. I think we'll have a quick look at the World Cup. I don't want this video to go on super long, but obviously it is kind of hard to kind of look at everything. There's so many things to look at. But what I will sort of say, guys, is if there's anything that you want to look at that maybe I haven't covered, then do let me know in the comments, and I will go back on there and have a little cheeky look for you and reply to you and say what is what. But England are the holders there. Won it a few times. So Brazil 2022, they won in Qatar. Then France won it. Italy won it. France again beating Scotland in the final. Interesting. In South Korea. Scotland then won it. So Scotland won the World Cup before England, which is kind of interesting, actually. Well, no, but I don't think I'd expected that. Then England beat Wales in the final, which is really interesting. Brazil beating Germany. England beating Portugal. Portugal beat Scotland in the final. Holland beat France. Portugal beat Germany. Italy beat England. France, Holland. Argentina, Brazil, Italy. So Holland doing pretty well. You can see they're involved in a lot of finals. Argentina, Italy, Germany. First time I've seen Germany actually in this list for winning it, which is a surprise. Spain as well. They've not really done that well. Got to a final down here, but first time they won it is 2094. That's a very barren spell to say the last, 2010 to 2094, 84 years without winning the World Cup. Germany, Belgium, Spain, Portugal, and then a double for England, back to back, 2114 and 18 in Russia and China. Oh, interesting. About the European Championships. European Championship, there we go. Holders are England for the last 2 years again. So we have held the World Cup and European Championship for the last two competitions in a row, which is pretty cool. France and Poland there, beating France. France, Holland, France, England, Spain, France, Spain. So Spain won this at least, so that's probably a bit of their barren run there covered. But Scotland didn't do well in this. Scotland not appeared in this one. But they've got it in a couple of times, in a couple of finals in the World Cup, so that's interesting. Yeah, very interesting indeed, actually. We'll have a quick look at the FA Cup, just in case any interesting winners. Emirates FA Cup, just in case any, let's say, more minnows got into it that didn't win the league or anything. See, Wolves win it a couple of times. Norwich getting up there. Nottingham Forest winning it. Crystal Palace. Watford, Tottenham, Liverpool, Southampton, Man City, Chelsea. A lot of the big hits, you imagine. Bournemouth. Bournemouth were probably the first kind of non-massive team to win it, I suppose, in the kind of 26-27 season. And then, I guess, the next one's looking Southampton up there, and then Watford a little bit and things like that. So that's kind of cool. Carabao Cup. Obviously, not everyone really cares about that one. There might be a few other interesting ones in here. Peterborough won it. Brentford won it a few times, actually. Nottingham Forest. And then all the kind of big hitters, really, all the way down. So I'm kind of gutted that Leeds haven't done anything. I'm kind of hoping Leeds would become like the dominant force in world football. Oh, we actually got a runner up there. Woo! Yeah. But do let me know how your team's gone. If you're like a Tottenham or Watford fan, I think you've probably come off really well in this, I think. I'd say, obviously, the usual big hitters have done all right, although they have had a few relegations. If I look at City's history, they have sort of bounced around a little bit, but then they've kind of come back. So they had a bit of a dodgy spell around about the 99 to 2110 sort of era, where they were struggling quite a bit and got relegated a few times. Probably even a bit before that, actually, because they were down, obviously, there as well. But since then, they've made a bit of a revival and getting themselves up 5th and 6th again. So, interesting. And that must have really cost them a fortune down there, because obviously a huge stadium, costs, things like that. But never mind. What about Man United? Have they any relegations? Can't tell, is that 2099 or... Yeah. Always fools me. I'm thinking 1998 and 1999, but it's not, obviously. But yeah, they've not also been doing great, but they haven't got relegated in recent history. Forest have been consistent. Peterborough have been a bit of a bounce club, so Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton have been alright, steady. Stoke, bit of a bounce club. Tottenham been very steady at the top. Watford have had a little bit of relegation. West Brom had a little bit of bounce. West Ham been pretty solid. Wolves pretty solid. Arsenal, you can see, got up there, and then they've been solid since. Well, they've been up there at least since. Villa been pretty solid. Bournemouth, Burnley, bouncing. Chelsea been all right. Liverpool been solid. Yeah, so it seems to be City really. It's kind of the big teams that have had quite the more recent fall from grace in recent terms of where we are now. But yeah, do let me know. That's kind of us wrapped up, I think, for this one. I say there's not tons. I don't want to look into every little minute little detail, and there's tons we could really look at, obviously. But I'll give you a bit of a snapshot of what Football Manager kind of thinks the world would look like in the year 2119. And basically, if you're a Tottenham or West Ham fan and Watford fan, then it's looking pretty good for you, I'd say, and even Villa actually. Yeah, especially say if you're a Tottenham fan in the recent sort of 30 years or whatever there. You've got a lot to be happy about. But thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, if there's anything that I've missed off that is like a really obvious thing that you want to see, you want to know about, then please do hit me up in the comments down below, and I will let you, if there's any particular players that you want to sort of see how they've done. I think actually one thing, just before we go, I don't think they will have done anything. No, they haven't. Never mind. But yeah, anything you do want to see, let me know in the comments, and I'll go and have a look for you. But as always, if you've got any ideas for any little experiments, any little fun little things, or any guides you want to see about the game, then let me know that as well, because I want to try and give you content that you guys want to see, and will hopefully enjoy seeing. But that's me, and I'll see you soon.